I want to call on President Trump. What is at stake is not just genocide against Nigerian Christians. He should come and save democracy in Nigeria. Democracy is under threat. I'm calling on all other developed nations, all advanced democracies, come and save Nigeria, come and save democracy. Because I cannot understand how a serving minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will be leading talks, armed talks, and then with the active connivance or support of the police to come and create mayhem here. I have said it, we are willing to lay down our lives to protect our office, to protect our democracy, to protect our mandate.
The new PDP chairman, Turaki SAN, calling on Donald Trump, the US president, to not only come to Nigeria to save them from Christian genocide, but also to save Nigeria's democracy. The PDP should continue talking this way. They should continue leading the opposition. The major reason it seems that Nigerians are under Tinubu's spell. Anything he does, no one protests, no one shows any resentment. They are just having a free way. The reason is simply because the opposition is not showing Nigerians the direction. If the opposition continues speaking this way, exactly the same way Tinubu and APC spoke and acted prior to 2015 presidential election, things might have changed in Nigeria by now. So they should continue this way. It does not make any sense that Tinubu is walking towards a one-party state. Despite all the governors that have decamped from PDP to APC, they still don't want PDP to exist. The audacity of Wike saying on national television that Tinubu is his presidential candidate in 2027 and he's working for the same Tinubu and APC, and he still wants to be a member of PDP. He's still giving PDP members a condition that they must never field a presidential candidate in 2027. How can this be possible in a democracy? Who does he think he is? And the reason he's able to do all this, the reason he's able to invade PDP headquarters with thugs, including police officers, including the police commissioner of FCT, is simply because of Tinubu's backing. If he's not working for the government, how will he be able to invade PDP headquarters? How will he be able to order the police to fire tear gas inside the hall where Governor Bala Mohammed and Governor Seyi Makinde and others were having a meeting? This shouldn't be happening in Nigeria. It's simply because of one man's ambition. Even if Nigeria burns to ashes, he doesn't mind ruling over Nigeria. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. We've never had it this bad. A brigadier general just fell in battle. No announcement from the government. Instead, Shetima was seen welcoming new members to APC. On a day the flag is supposed to be flying at half-mast across Nigeria. On a day they are supposed to be seriously hammering and pounding these terrorists. But nothing is happening. They are pretending as if nothing happened. If they can treat a brigadier general this way, imagine what Nigerian soldiers go through. They don't even mention them. They don't even try to give any credit to them for laying down their lives for the country.
So this struggle, no doubt, is a continuing one. Yes. We will continue. We will remain relentless. We should continue to fight. But I want to call on the president. If there's anybody that wants peace in any given society, it should be the leadership. The president should call his minister to order. The kind of conduct that the minister of the FCT had gotten himself engaged in this morning, leading to this afternoon, is unbecoming. How can a serving minister lead talks to come and disrupt a legally arranged meeting? A meeting in respect of more notices has been given to the police and other security agencies. If we had not exercised restraint, if we had not controlled our members and our leaders, there would have been bloodshed here. We would have been tear gassed, and I think more than 50 canisters of tear gas had been shot at us. But we remain relentless, and we will continue to remain relentless. So I call on all members of PDP all over this country to know that this is what is happening. And should this continue, I will not hesitate to call all members of PDP in Nigeria to assemble here. They are going to kill us. Let them kill.
This is the kind of opposition that is currently lacking in Nigeria. They need to milk every failure of this administration. They need to capitalize. Tinubu would have done worse. He did worse when he was in opposition against Goodluck Jonathan. So why is the opposition in Nigeria sleeping? Nigeria is on fire. They need to motivate Nigerians. The chairman, like he threatened, needs to call that protest, not just to their members to come to PDP headquarters in Abuja to protect the place. He needs to call a massive protest for Nigerians to protest against this administration, so as to protect our democracy. The opposition should not stay idle while this man continues to turn Nigeria to a one-party state. If he's able to actualize it, that means no one can stop him in 2027. And who knows, no one may also be able to stop him in 2031. He might be walking towards a life presidency. So Nigerians and the opposition should not stand by and watch all this happen. Today, they have been tear-gassed. Also remember, during the End Bad Governance protest back in August last year, the police tear-gassed Nigerians who were protesting against hunger. And many of these governors failed to say anything that time. They didn't condemn the government for tear-gassing peaceful protesters. Today they have tear-gassed them. Governors are supposed to have immunity under the Nigerian constitution. But here we are, policemen led by Wike, the FCT minister, had the audacity to shoot tear gas into the hall where Governor Makinde of Oyo State and Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State were holding a meeting. Can you imagine this happening under PDP? It never happened. So like we always say, action equals reaction. If Nigerians continue to allow and tolerate anything from this administration, that will continue to motivate them to do worse to Nigerians. Today, the police have shot tear gas at governors. So imagine what they would do to ordinary Nigerians who don't have any protection, who don't have bodyguards following them around. So it is time to stop the threats, stop the warnings, take action. The opposition should troop out in massive numbers. They should unite. Whether PDP, whether ADC, whether Labour Party, all the opposition. People that are the real opposition, not the ones that are underground working for Tinubu. All the ones that believe in Nigeria, the patriotic opposition members, they should unite and call a massive protest. Because everything has gone out of hand. He has bought everyone. Look at the judges in Nigeria singing "On your mandate we shall stand." Can you imagine? A judiciary that is supposed to be independent. If you think you've seen it all, listen to what Tinubu said in the judges' conference where judges listened and sang to his campaign jingle.
A judgment may be grounded in law and delivered with clarity, but unless the public perceive it to be fair, impartial, and untainted, its moral authority is diminished. We must acknowledge with candor that public perception of the judicial process has not always been favorable.
It's laughable coming from a man who benefited from wrongful interpretation of the law. Obtaining 25% in Abuja has always been mandatory since 1999. All presidents that have won elections always obtained 25% in Abuja. It reached Tinubu's turn. The judges found a way to turn the law upside down. As a matter of fact, there were 5 breaches of the law they would have used to stop Tinubu, but they found ways to turn around the law to his favor while insulting the opposition, the litigants who brought the election litigation in the first place. So he should take his own advice. Under him, the judiciary has become more audacious. The judges look you in the eye and tell you something is black, something you are seeing that it is white. He enabled them. If it wasn't his type of leadership, these judges wouldn't have the audacity to be turning the law upside down. Imagine a judge having the audacity to tell Nigerians that Tinubu's account was the one that committed an offense. It does not make any sense. This can never happen in any country, even poor countries, because when we make these kind of references, Nigerians always say, Western country, developed country, even countries that are as poor as Nigeria, this kind of judgment will never happen there. But here we are, a judge had the audacity to write this in his judgment that it was Tinubu's account that committed the money laundering for which he forfeited $460,000 in the US. So these are the issues. A man that benefited from everything he spoke against is now telling Nigerians that it shouldn't happen. The jokes write themselves. He should take his own advice. When in public, they pretend as if they are nice people, but behind, underground, they instigate all the crises we see in opposition parties today. Without Tinubu, Wike would not have been able to terrorize PDP members today at PDP headquarters. If he truly wants to show Nigerians that he's a nice person, he should openly reprimand Wike. It has never happened in Nigeria. Someone that belongs to the opposition party serving as a minister in the ruling party. Yes, you might say it happened under Yar'Adua. The people that served from opposition in Yar'Adua's government never caused crisis in opposition parties. Yes, it never happened. But look at Wike having the audacity to tell governors, these are current governors in their different states, and other PDP members that they must never produce a presidential candidate in 2027. How can that be? So Tinubu is the power behind Wike. Without Tinubu, Wike wouldn't be able to be doing all he's doing today. So let us start with calling Wike to order. But he will never do it because they are afraid of what the opposition will do to them in 2027. They know that 9 out of 10 Nigerians will vote against them in a free and fair election. Even if, like many are calling for an amendment of the electoral laws in Nigeria, even if they eventually don't amend the electoral laws, the 2022 electoral law is sufficient. If INEC had followed the rules in 2023, we know who won the election. Even prior to that, the 2010 electoral law, it was sufficient while he was there. After all, it was the same electoral law that Buhari used to win against an incumbent Goodluck Jonathan. So people must understand that the law has never been the problem in Nigeria. It has always been enforcement. That's why they bulldoze everything. So the reality remains that Nigerians must take their destinies by their hands. The PDP chairman called on Trump to intervene in Nigeria. But in reality, we are the ones that are supposed to solve our own problems. We are not supposed to be afraid of our fellow brothers, despite the threat of assault by police and other security agents. We are supposed to start protesting now so that Nigerians will get used to that. And they are supposed to start criticizing everything he does. Every minute, any statement they release, always criticize it. Always have a counter for whatever they are doing so that you keep them on their toes. If we don't do this, election is barely 1 year or maybe about 15 months away. And by that time, Nigerians will start running helter-skelter. So make hay while the sun shines. The new PDP chairman has started well. He should continue in this manner so that they can unite the opposition to be able to challenge APC in 2027. Now, let's hear this one. The former governor of Benue State was disgraced in the PDP meeting. He was walked out of the hall.
This is what you are PDP.
Chairman,
get him out.